We have two. Thank you, Joe. So, welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess. We have two amazing, my Smurfy. Welcome. We have two amazing people. Thank you, my Smurfy. We have two amazing people today. We have your mother. We have Dope Chef Jay here. Just wanted you guys to know that this is a recorded show. So, no gifts or comments will go unseen. Please be respectful to my guests and myself. If not, you will be bounced, and I do not unblock. Once you are on the block list, you will be there forever. So please be respectful. We're giving everyone a little chance to come on. Yes, boo boo. Yes, so we have amazing guests. I cannot wait until you guys get familiar with them. I'm very excited. So, again, welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess. And throughout the show, I am going to be shouting out the top three gifters. So, right now, we have Top Badge Smurfy, we have your mother, we have, oh, we switched it up. So we got Steph, my Smurfy, and your mother. It was D'Angelo too. So DIC, you guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, guys, welcome to It Takes a Village. The Bella Bearded. Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for the fave. So, anywho, we're gonna start, right? So, what is welcome to It Takes a Village with Jess, right? There is no perfect book on how to be a parent. I always say we learn as we go, right? So, we're gonna have two amazing people that are going to share their story. Thank you. We're going to have two amazing parents that are going to come in here and share their story as they go. I'm going to ask some questions. Hopefully, it's relatable. We're going to go in there and learn. I know we have your mother, and I'm so proud of her. She has a featured show, which I love that I was proud to be part of her show. And I can't wait until you guys hear more about her. So, your mother, please request the box, my love. So just remember, guys, right? There's no cursing during this recorded show. Please be respectful. And welcome to It Takes a Village with Jess.
Hola.
Oh, hello, Queen.
How are you? Oh
Hi,
no, not the
beautiful.
medium box.
Yeah. First of all, do you want the medium or the large box? Which
Okay, I'll
one?
take the medium. I'll take the medium.
Okay, I was gonna say, we can have the large one. We can have, I don't know which one you wanted. Okay, so everyone, this is your mother. Okay, yes, all right. So let me go here. So let me start this off to everyone. If you guys don't know, this is your mother. All right. So I was a young mom, right? So I was 21 when I had my child. How old was you? How old were you when you became a mom?
So yeah.
Oh, 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 my baby. She's coming back, y'all. She's coming back. Hi, Dope Chef. What's up, Chef? I see you, baby. Please, everyone, favorite her. She's coming back.
Oh
She's
man,
coming
I
back.
thought I got kicked out for a second. Yeah. So I definitely wasn't a young mom. I was 27.
Okay, so you were 27.
Yeah.
And I have one child. How old were you when you became a mother?
27. I have two
Oh,
kids.
you know, that's what I'm saying. How many children do you have?
Yeah, I have two, and they're 3 and 4.
Oh, so my son is 14. So 3 and 4, that's a fun age.
If you
It is.
wanna call it that.
That is what I have. So 3 and 4, that is a fun age. I don't know about you. That is a fun age. I don't know about y'all, but that was fun for me. So my son is about to be 15, and I miss those years. I definitely miss those years. So tell me about your village. Like, who helped raise your children?
I want to say myself. I want to take credit for me. I have multiple personalities sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So me, myself, and I. But in all seriousness, yeah, I didn't have really a great support system, but I do have people that, like my grandmother and my aunt that have kind of come along the journey of motherhood with me, definitely.
Yeah, so I always tell people, right, throughout my life, and Smurfy taught me this too. Like sometimes we are, as single mothers, we become our own village. But when I became a single mom, my grandmother helped me raise my child. So she was my village when I was forced to work alone. Then as I got sick, my mother became my village, right? When I got sick, especially during my stroke, she was my village. So it's always interesting that your villages changes and your friends and people throughout your lives, throughout certain part of your lives, your village. And even here in this platform, you guys are my village as well. So it's interesting to see how your villages start changing. So I guess I want to know more about you. So who is your mother? Like who are you as a mom? Like, what is life as traveling? Like, how I know you love to travel, right? So, how is traveling impact? Does it change traveling with children? Do you bring your children with you traveling? Like, so tell me
I
how.
think I'm a relatively new mom. Obviously, I had my kids 12, like 12 months apart. So I think, every experience that I have with my kids are brand new. But I kind of try to live my life like kids are not a hindrance. So if I'm going to travel, they got to come with me. Like that's just the way it is. I haven't been able to travel much with my kids because COVID.
Mhm,
And Canada was locked down with like really heavy restrictions.
mhm.
But I mean, my kids have passports. My daughter has been to Jamaica. We've done road trips. I think preparation is definitely key.
It
So,
is. I love it. I'm huge about that. So it's funny that you say that, right? So I still do as little, I used to, so I grew up in the projects, and when my parents grew up, they didn't know. They thought the doorstep was leaving. That's all they knew. So my mom, once she married my dad, she was like, there's a big world out there.
mhm.
And, I've done more than my own family has. My son has traveled more than my whole family has. And I think that's so important for our children to know that there's more to the world, like it teaches them about life. And I think that's so important, right? So it's funny because my son, I made it a priority for him to like look at the globe and be like, where do you want to travel? So I love that your kid has a passport. I love that the kids are like, you want that for your children. I think that is so important for the parents to, that you want that for the kids. So how did they like Jamaica? That's what I want to know. Did they love it?
They're still so young, so they don't know anything. They're like, "Have we been on a plane?" I'm like, "Yes, you have." So I think like now that they're getting a little bit older, they're getting a little bit of understanding. They're asking questions like, "Where do we live?" And I explain to them like, we live in Canada, we live in Ontario. There's a world out there. Like just trying to explain to them kind of what is out there, and also tell them what it takes to be able to take these adventures, right? Like I have to make sacrifices as a mother. I have to make a sacrifice um to be able to provide them the type of lifestyle that they live.
Mhm.
So really try to give them that understanding so that when we do get a chance to see these places that may not be like home, they have an appreciation for what they do have or the sacrifices that I make, because I don't feel like we're ever too young to understand or appreciate the things we have.
I love it. So did you always know that you wanted to be a mother?
I absolutely hate children. We're gonna keep it all the way
You know what,
100.
your mother, I freaking love that you said, you know what? I love it. I love that you're that honest. Some
Yeah.
people are not honest, and this is what my show is about, right? Honesty. I love that you're so honest and blunt about it. So, all
Yeah.
right. So
If
let's,
if I could be an emoji for blank them kids, that
mhm,
would be me. But I absolutely like love my kids. I wouldn't be able to breathe a minute without my kids. But it was a learning process to love my kids, I guess, and I'm still learning every day to love them and really help them grow in their individuality. But is it something that I wanted? No, but
mhm.
I loved somebody enough to be able to share this gift that God has given us. So I think it really just shows the testament to my character, and that when I do love somebody, that I'm willing to, overextend myself to give something, a part of myself, to show them that, I truly do love them. Was it the right choice? As a single mom, sometimes you battle with it and you're like, I could have done it with somebody that would have stayed. I could have done it with this. I could have not. I couldn't. So I'm definitely, one thing my grandmother always said was like, when you were born, I was so upset because I come from two very different cultures. My parents had me at 16, and she was like upset for the longest time, and then she took me in, as a young, and when she was dying, she's like, I was upset, like, like my son married this black girl and had a kid, and I didn't understand, why, because she wanted things to stay in the culture. But
Mhm.
while she was dying, it was me that helped her, through that process and that transition of life. So sometimes you don't see the end
Mhm.
goal, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm hoping that my kids give me that, type of love and appreciation. Hopefully not on my deathbed, but hopefully somewhere along the line that, I have that enlightenment and, really, appreciate the fact that my kids are here and what they have to offer me.
I love that too, right? Because we're never, whoever says that they're prepared for children, we're really not, right? And I think that there's a stereotype that people think that we're women, we have it all together, that we know right away. I'll be lying to you. Like the moment they put my kid on me, I was like, uh what is this? Like I was like, he's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to be a mother. So when I came up with that question, I wasn't ready to be a mother. I never pictured me being a mom until I was 30. I had this envision, like I'm going
Mhm.
to be 30, I'm going to travel the world, and things happen. You know what I mean? But when they put my son on me, your mother, I was not ready. I was like, he's beautiful. I fell in love, but I didn't want him at first. I was like, what is this? But it was because in that point of my life, like I was like, I
When I
don't.
left my child at the grocery store the first week, my husband was like, "Where's the baby?" I was like, "What baby? What?"
These are things. These are things that people don't talk about, but it's true. Things happen, like, and these Smurfy's like oversharing, but those are things that happen that people are not ready for. And like I said, it happens. No one is perfect.
No, no, we're not, definitely.
You know, I low key want to hear that
No,
story.
it was like I was going down the aisle. I didn't really leave her, but I was going down the aisles, and like I left the stroller like in an aisle, right? Because like I'm not used to having this kid beside you, and like you hear about stories about like people leaving like the car seat on top of the car or on the floor, and like when you're a mom as well, like I find is like you have so many things going on in your mind that you don't really even sleep because like there's consistently something that you're planning or you have to do for the kids or you have to do that. Like I got into it with my kid's dad the other day because they go to camp every day at 8:45. Like, so just have the kids ready at 8:45. And every day that he has them, I have to call him at 8:30 to remind him to get the kids ready at 8:45. But like as a mom, like you don't people don't give you an alarm clock. People don't give you like a timeline of what you need to do. Like you're consistently doing that for yourself, and we don't ever get a break, right? So I feel like when I became a mom, yeah, that whole mental whatever it is, like that really took a toll on me, I would say.
You're not telling, listen, and this is the last time I will ever say, I was nursing my child when he was born, and my things were like this filled of milk, and was so tired. And nursing is every like every hour, 2 hours, and I literally fell asleep. And the baby, I couldn't find the baby. The baby was like, my breast was like over the baby's head. I thought I suffocated my child. Never again. I never nursed the baby again. I just pumped and gave him the bottle. After that, I was like, I will never nurse my child again. I was devastating. I was like devastated. I was like, can you imagine? I killed my baby from breast. No, thank you. I was done. I was done. So, anywho, what is the most difficult part about being a mother?
I would say forgiveness. Because I feel like it, for me at least, I'm very hard on myself. So I think, I don't ever feel like I'm doing a good job, I think. So I just realizing that I wish we had a lot more of these transparent conversations as women. I feel like we always try to like talk about the good times, and like yes, there are tantrums, there are the attitudes that they have that are just like you. And you're like, oh, where did they get that from? Oh, me, then you want to strangle them, and you're like, wait, she's only two, I can't. So like all those things that we don't talk about, and then you'll feel like a bad mom about that. Like it's okay, it's a learning process, but as long as you do learn and you have a conversation with your children, like everything is going to be okay. I think I have this very, like, I don't want my kids to go through any type of trauma, but I just don't think that's realistic, because you have to, as life, like you have to go through life. And
Yeah.
unfortunately life is not a beach, but it's something else. But yeah, so I think that's one of the difficult things for me. And if I were to be like not so philosophical, I guess sleep, like lack of sleep really has me aggy, I would
Mhm.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that's the hardest part. Now, if you can give, right? So we always say like advice to your children that they can pass on to their children. So what advice would you give your children that you hope that they can keep passing on? Like what legacy do you want them to keep passing on to their children?
I would just say love yourself.
Mm,
Be an individual first. Like you don't need to impress nobody. You don't need to make me happy. Just be you. I think that's kind of what I really bestow onto my children, is like practice self-love, as cliche as it sounds, and practice being you. Like, you know what I mean? So if my kids wants to do gymnastics, they do gymnastics. If they want to sing, my kid is a girl, she wanted a Hulk toothbrush, I bought the Hulk toothbrush. Like it's not the end of the world. So just loving them the way they are, I think, and love yourself the way you are, because with society and how social media is and all that kind of stuff, that they're going to this new era, I think it's really important for them to understand that their imperfections are beautiful. Yeah.
absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And so what do you want your kids to remember about you?
Oh gosh. Me, I guess, um, I I guess my work ethic, but is that something to want to be remembered by? I don't know. Um, just the I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You
And I
know,
think that's okay not to know. I don't know. I think
it's okay not to know because I think it comes with different, different. I think in the age that they are now, right? You're figuring things out, right? So I think it's okay not to know. That's all
I,
right not to know.
whatever memory they would like to hold on to, I just hope that it's a positive one. Because
Mhm.
not every parent is a great parent. Let's just be let's just be 100.
Yeah.
And I know that maybe I may do things that impact them negatively. But I just hope that the memories that we do share and that they do remember me by are positive ones, and ones that they can hold on to in a positive light, I guess. Because I from the day they were born to now, like I said, I've made a lot of sacrifices, and it's not they don't have to carry the weight of that, but I hope that they understand that. So I hope that whatever memory they do have is a positive one.
Absolutely. And so dating now, I have a question though. Dating as a single mom with two children, how is that?
It's a lot of sex. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of secret sex. Whoop, we're in a featured show. Yeah. So, about that, a
You,
lot of
you're
secret.
gonna have to DM me because I don't know how you did that one. I got one and that didn't happen for me. So you need to DM me.
It's a lot of secrets. No, I was married, so I really I'm now getting back into the dating world. I like it, but it's also unknown territory because after not dating for 7 years is a little bit difficult to navigate. But the I guess I would say, like, from my birthday, which is only a few weeks ago till now, I've really, like, changed my mindset and saying, like, I too need happiness, and sometimes that may be by physical touch, that may be by a phone call. I don't know what that is, but I got needs, and these kids ain't about to get in the way. So call your daddy. Call your daddy. So that's just my new mantra. Like, the 30s are here. I need love too, and that's women, all y'all single women, like, what, reach out to your village, because there's somebody that could watch the kids for 3 hours, and if there isn't, let me fly over and help a sister out.
I need you to fly and help me out. I need that. You know what? I think that's my biggest, not that that's my biggest mistake. I think that I didn't. I didn't put myself out there. Your mother, I never did. I put my son, maybe that was that mom guilt.
Yeah.
I didn't. I put so much time and I invested so much time in my child that I devoted 13 years to my child, and I was so afraid to go out there and date that now he's a teenager, and now that it's my time, I don't know how to do it. Like, I'm scared, like, to put
Every
my
woman in my family has that same story as you. Every single woman. And I'm not about to do that. I'm young, I'm cute, and there's somebody out there for me. And it took me a really long time to realize that, especially coming out of a marriage, because I felt like I failed in that marriage. I failed my kids, I failed myself, and a part of me failed my husband, I guess, even though I feel like he's in the wrong, but I still take accountability for, our marriage as well. So I feel like I'm not about to repeat history. And with I definitely don't believe in introducing my kids to anybody and all that kind of stuff, because I really build a great co-parenting relationship with their dad. But for a long time too, for me, I felt like, it would be wrong if I found love because he hasn't yet, or I've been waiting this whole time for him to find someone, which would give me permission to find somebody. But I don't need nobody's
I
permission.
love that.
Uh,
I love that you said that because
yeah.
women need to hear that. There's women like us, and there that need to hear that it's okay. Welcome everyone to Take It Takes a Village with Jess, and your mother is giving us some good advice that that some of us need to hear, that it's okay. Like, it's okay that it's not storybook. Hey, and if you have a village, reach out, because some of us don't, and I think some of us feel guilty.
Oh,
you
100%. I do too. Like, there's nights, that you're in somebody else's bed, let's say, and you're like, but I should be with my kids, let's say.
know
But, like, it again, like, you yourself are an individual, you have needs, you have wants, and you need love. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just like everybody else. And just because
Absolutely.
it didn't work with your child's father, it doesn't mean that you're unworthy of somebody loving you. So I think I'm a person, I like to take risks. I'm an entrepreneur myself. So I think, um and this is newfound, okay? This is the last 3 weeks I've, so don't quote me on any of this ish. I could be all wrong. Don't quote me. But over the last few weeks, I've decided that I'm finna date. I could be wrong. Let me give the disclaimer. But I think that we need to take risks and we need to love and be loved, and I'm gonna stick with that.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. Oh my God, your mother, thank you so much for the freaking advice. Um, I will, if you're still around, I would love for you to come back. I have some questions for you and Dope Chef if you're still around. If not, it's okay. I have three questions for you guys that I kind of like to dig deep, a little emotional on the emotional side. So if you're still here, come back in the box, but let everyone know where they can find you.
Don't find me.
Yeah,
Don't
she's a
don't find me.
superstar. Your
Um,
mother. Let them know your mother.
so I have a show on the app every Sunday about traveling. It's just lighthearted conversation about your travel experience or lack thereof. I'm an inconsistent streamer. But let me manifest. I'm looking for that top badge. So if you know what I'm saying, if y'all want to bring your support, if we want to build that village, let's do it together. But yeah, I'm not consistent, but fade me if you will. But if you get, you could get a little, it could get spicy. My name is Yamada for a reason. Because I'll tell you where to go real fast. So if you're into the vibes, you're into the islands, music, then definitely hit me with that favorite. Thank you for having me on the show. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
I appreciate it. Guys, I love her show. I've been on it twice. I keep on every time. She's amazing. Your
Thank
mother,
you.
please, like I said, if you're still here, come back in the box. I have you and Dope Chef. So I have three questions that I
I'll
would
be
like to
listening.
ask.
I'll be here.
All right. Chef,
Bye.
make sure you guys hit her with a fave, okay?
Don't fade
So
me.
favor. Make sure. Next top badge, we're gonna speak it into existence. All right. All right. Now, let's see. Chef, are you ready? Are you ready? Welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess. Remember, guys, it is a featured show. Thank you everyone for being on your best behavior. Okay, we have Steph. Thank you, Steph. We have the bosses. Okay, Lux, I see you. Oh, security. What's up, y'all? All right, guys, let's see. Chef, please request a box. I see you. All right. All right, y'all. Isn't your mother, she looking like a whole meal? All right, guys. All right, Chef, I see. Let's see. Let's see. What? Okay, look at you. Looky here. What's up? We
What's
have
happening?
Dope Chef Jay in the building.
Big
How are
facts, big facts. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. This Sunday, I'm blessed. Can't complain. Can't
you?
complain.
Yes, welcome. Thank you so much for being part of my show. It takes a village. I appreciate you so much.
I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm blessed.
You look nice today.
Well, thank you. I thank you.
Looking real professional in your chef jacket, coat.
got to, got
Yeah,
to. I had to bring Chef Jay out, so I had to let
Chef
the other side
Jay.
show out. So
Well, everyone,
yeah,
yes, don't he look real professional. Well, listen, I like to have everyone get to know you a little bit, right? So I always tell everybody that I was a young mom. I was 21 years old when I decided to be a mom. And how old were you, sir?
I was 18, just
18,
turning 18.
just
Yep.
turning 18. Okay. And I have one child and he is 14. And yourself, sir?
Whoo! I have four biologically, two bonus, and a cat.
Okay. So, okay, hold on.
We out here.
So you have a basketball team
Yeah, I got a whole basketball team
and a cat.
and a cat. A
Okay,
cat
y'all, don't you forget that.
recently,
I love that. I love that. Oh,
involuntarily.
by the way, I think that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is very, very important. Yeah, they want to know how old are they?
Oh, my oldest, she'll be 18. She just graduated back in May. So that's one down, five more out to go. So it goes from 18. My second daughter, she's 15. I have a son that goes by Jay. He's a junior. He's 11. Then I have another son that's 3 years old. And then I have my bonus daughter, she's 10. And then my bonus son, he's 4. So,
And the
and
cat.
then my cat is a few months old. Found him about a month ago. He was still a baby, and the kids wanted him, and I got stuck with him, and the rest is history.
First of all, I think that's amazing. Not only are you, you have your biological children, but that you have your bonus. I think that is beautiful. I think that is so beautiful, and that speaks volumes about you. So
Yeah, you can't mess with these children's hearts, man. When you implant yourself in some kids' hearts, I come from a place like that, so I can't let a kid experience that,
no,
not
I
at
think
all.
that's
So,
beautiful. So tell us a little bit about your village. So who is your village?
oh, my village is a lot of people. Coming from my father's side, and then I also have a stepfather side. Like I said, I've experienced it all. So I guess throughout my whole life, I've experienced a blended family. I do have 3 baby mothers. 2 of them are married. I am very close to the husbands of the family because once children get involved, co-parenting, yeah, I am that father. Doesn't matter. Um, a lot of people will leave that kind of saltiness in a group or something like that. But like I said, I'm a person that believes if my household, or even if I'm in the house or not in the house, if my children is going through something, that means the parents is going through something. So you got to be there to stick around. So I'm just that type of person, and my village is pretty good. You got your ins and outs, you got your ups and downs, but through thick and thin, my family is good. I got a lot of husbands that's in the mix now. My step family, definitely my daughter. She's the catapult to my kids, making sure they stick around. Like I said, she's older. She has a car. I'm in Oklahoma traveling, building my business. My kids, they've been back home. They've been missing me for the last 6 years since I've started this culinary journey. Uh, so I got a lot of people. So just shout out to my home team, my mom's side, my stepdad's side of the family, my dad's side of the family. They all are around my kids to make sure that the love is there. So
I think that is so beautiful. I think that is so beautiful. So, all right. So, tell us a little bit about then what's the best part about being a father then? Like, so tell us your situation. Tell us like,
being a father, well, first and foremost, I salute you, single mothers. I think I've told this story through the first 7 years of my oldest daughter's life. I was the full-time parent. Um, my daughter's mom at the time, she was just finishing high school and had a promising career as what she's walking into now. So one of those things is that a lot of people have to see and understand is that fatherhood slowed me down, but it focused me. Yeah, a lot of people see the degrees. I was a computer engineer before I became a culinary expert or whatever you want to consider it. I don't consider myself a chef. I consider myself an artist. So um, through the first 7 years, I had her. Her mom, she was the weekend person coming in to visit, things of this nature. So it slowed me down. Coming from Little Rock, Arkansas, if you guys know, I'm an '85 baby, and I grew up in the '90s. If anybody knew Little Rock, Arkansas, we was one of the craziest cities in the '90s. So my mom didn't play that. So that kind of brings up my computer background and stuff. But eventually, she couldn't shelter me. So if I didn't have my child, I've been either jail or dead. So that's my kids is a blessing. It slowed me down and it grew me up. At this point, with my daughter being at the age she is, it helps me open my eyes to how I'm supposed to treat a woman. At the end of the day, if I break my daughter's heart, then I'm not going to be doing something right in the next person's heart. At the end of the day, my daughter is my biggest fan, and I'm hers. I can tell she's already starting her own nail business and all of these things. Works 2 or 3 jobs, and she hasn't even graduated yet. So um, being a father, it slowed me down, and I guess that's the reason why I love kids so much because out of all my friends and stuff that I grew up with, I think about out of 100%, 20% of them are still living. So from the times that I grew up, they was either banging or they was in jail. So I would have been following that same crowd if I wouldn't have had a child, dropped out of high school, took the responsibilities, saying, "Hey, I'll holler at y'all. I got to go to school. I can't go party with y'all this weekend." So like y'all said, it's the sacrifices. I sacrificed early because like I said, I experienced that, that childhood where my father wasn't just necessarily in my life. Not going to shed any bad tears or anything to stain on him. He had to do what he had to do. I understand that. And coming into that place where I have to leave my kids, that's those sacrifices, like you said, that like I said, I would have been deader and gone. And luckily, the things that I did in my past are the reasons why I had to leave that city. It was a lot of things that was coming up, you know, a lot of things in that closet that would come up that would disdain who I was trying to be today. So, um, yeah. So, humbly speaking, yeah, being a father, it slowed me down a lot. It opened my eyes to a lot and made me wiser on how to be patient with women, how to cater women, spoil women, because that's everything that my child is. She gets it all. She's my princess. She's my first queen, and outside of my mom, and that's how I feel about it. So.
I love it. I love it. So, did you know that you wanted to be a father?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like, that's the reason why y'all seen I swung once, had a daughter. Like that's the reason why my real name we open up. My name is Jasper. Um, so as you guys know, my daughter she comes into my stream sometime. Her name is Jasmine. So I just knew we was coming out with a boy. It was like one of those stories. If a lot of people knew, like um, we were young and dumb at the time. So as you guys said, like I said, I was just turning 18. Her mom, she was still trying to become an adult. So she kind of hid her pregnancy. So we didn't know what was going to happen. So I was just swinging for that boy. And I just knew because I'm the second and I'm the last of my generation that I knew I was going to have somebody to take over my name, build something, and leave a generation for myself.
Love it. So, what advice, what's first is what's the most difficult part about being a father?
Me right now being away from my kids, uh, as a father, even engineering and stuff like that. I didn't really have a lot of. I didn't really take the route like a lot of people do. I came up in a very faith-driven environment. My mom was very faith-based. So as you guys hear it, like I said, I dropped out of high school, but I didn't let that stuff like slow me down.
Mhm.
Um, I'm the type of person that don't look at and focus on the problem. I focus on the solutions. I knew I was going to be an engineer from the time I was 13. So I started taking those journeys. But being away from my kids, after you're in that lifestyle, like I said, I had my daughter for the first 7 years. So I know what it's like to be there every day, this, that. And I was also in all of my kids' life in the same spectrum. And so when I left, it was a very hard pill to swallow. Like I still, even to this day, I still have my spasms. I still try to do it. A lot of people they see that, I'm happy. I always got this energy and stuff, but I've even been on this stream at I think about a month ago. I got on this stream and I literally had to cry out because my daughter sent me like one of the most craziest messages, and she was like, you know, very nonchalant over the years, but coming up to this graduation, she didn't know if I was going to necessarily make it to her graduation because I'm so busy. I was going to make it to my daughter's graduation. I failed at going to high school because she was coming. So this was me walking across that stage myself.
Mhm.
So that sacrifice, hey, that money got to wait. I got to let my kids know I do everything for them. And this is why I'm going to be here at the end of the day. And that's it.
That's
So
amazing. And what do you want, I guess is right, is what do you want your kids to remember about you?
that I was that person that always went hard, that always go home. Like, if you want to understand the sacrifice, like I said, I'm the type of man that was raised in a traditional household. Thank you. Um, so me leaving my kids is like, one of the craziest disrespects because you're going to get like, so you're going to leave your kids. So you stopped engineering to become a chef. I literally follow my dreams.
Mm.
Like I said, my mom was one of those people that I always speak things to existence. I am rich. I am wealthy. I'm healthy. I'm wise. I'm a major blessing. Those things I decree to myself every day. So I want my kids to understand you get up every day and you give your best version of you every day, period. No matter how many times life knocks you down. I'm a person who's, like I said, I dropped out of high school. I probably went through every statistic that you can possibly go through under the age of 21. I gang banged. I was out there on the streets. I did it all, but you can turn that stuff around. Let
That's
people talk. Let people do. Yeah, I'm always gonna come out on top because I'm covered and I'm blessed.
yeah.
Period.
Welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess, right? There's no perfect book on how to be a perfect parent, right?
Yeah,
So we have Dope Chef Jay that has a whole basketball. He has a whole basketball team. But anywho, not only that, so he has three, right? Three biological children and
four
or four biological, and you
and
took
two
in
bonus.
and you took
Two
in
bonus.
and
I
two
got a
bonus.
son and a daughter. Yep.
Four, and then he took in two, and I think that is amazing. So not only did he does he have four, but he took in two. That's amazing. How many men out here don't even take care of one of their own, but this man took in four and took in two. I think that's amazing. Not only that, he has an engineering, and he is a whole chef out here, y'all. And I
Certified.
a certified. Oh my bad. He a certified chef. You
Yeah, I
know,
went to school. I went to school. I'm very degreed. I make
that is
sure I put that out there.
that is amazing. So I have one question before I have the amazing young mother come back, because I had three questions to ask you guys, right? What do you want your kids to remember? I asked you that one. What do you want your kids to remember about you?
Mhm.
Do I have that? Okay. If you knew then what you know now, what would it be?
That the best advice is no advice.
Mm.
Stay true to you. And yeah, like I said, I got computer engineering degrees and stuff like that. Like a lot of people like you, I told you, I used to be 350 pounds, y'all. So food was me. That's it. I love food. I loved everything. Um, the computer parts and stuff, it came from wanting to make sure I made my mom proud. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the neighborhood I came from, stuff like that. I wanted to make my mom proud. So I knew one of the things that I knew at a young age is that I was good at computers. So before I even had my kids and stuff, like I said, that was a slight deterrent, but I couldn't let that deter me from following the stuff that I had going. So I always wanted to say, like I just listened to people. Oh, you're gonna be an engineer. You're gonna be this. So I listened to that because I didn't want to let these people down. But as I started getting into the world and listening to my heart and stuff, like I said, I lost a lot of people when I wanted to become a chef because they thought it was more. It was insane. But like I said, the best advice is taking no advice. Like you are the creator. You got the pen. God gives you breath every day, and if you can do everything, you got that pen, and you're the author. You can let people dictate you, or you can go hard yourself. So
Shout out. Yeah. So welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess. Shout out to my top three gifters. We have Steph in the building, Lux, and we got Hepsi in the
thank
building.
you, thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
what's up, MC?
I see you. All right, guys. Welcome. Delvin, hello. Welcome, Gotti. All right, y'all. So if your mother is still here, please request the box. Hello, everyone. Welcome to It Takes a Village with Jess. So I had a few questions. If your mother's still here, I had a few questions. My answer, right? My answer to this question, so is if I knew then what I know now, would be to everyone is I am enough for my child, that I've done right by him. I think as a single mom, I put so much pressure that I felt that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't do enough for my kid, right? That I wasn't good. I didn't give him a father. I didn't do right, but I felt like, hey, Panic, thank you. I felt like I didn't do enough. So with that being said, that's my, if I can go back in time and tell the younger Jess, is that I'm enough. I did enough. I did right by my child. So your mother, I didn't get to ask you that question, is if I knew then what I know now, what would be your answer?
It's the eyes for me. They wouldn't be here. Come on now. Um, shoot. Like that's the honest to God truth.
Yo,
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. They wouldn't be here. I think I have a lot more life to kind of settle and to that I want in order to bring a child into the world. So for me right now, I don't even want any more kids because I feel like there's still so much world out there. There's still so much life out there, and I'm not all the way together. Like you get what I mean? I feel like, and I feel like we'll always feel like this, but I was really hoping to give my kids a foundation, a two-parent home, a this, a that, and those things kind of really hurt me. That I'm unable to, much like yourself. So I think if I would have waited, I would have waited. I would have waited. There was no rush. And like I had a checklist. I was like, school done, man check. I need kids before I'm old. Like, you know what I mean? Because I also had very young parents. My parents were 16 when they had me. So I liked vibing with my parents. I thought that was cool. And I didn't really understand the adversities and the sacrifices that my parents had to make to have me. So, I was in a rush to have this life or this lifestyle, not knowing the work that it comes behind it. So I'm just entering into my 30s now. So I feel like I could have had kids now and given them much more than the pain that I had to endure through the process of having them.
I love it. I love it so much. Well, you know what? All right. I get it. I get it. So your mother said, yo, if I knew then, I wouldn't have had them.
I would have
You
kept them
know,
legs closed. It was feeling too good.
We all had them young
that's
gun
the
moments.
realest
That's it.
answer ever. You know what? Hey, listen, it is what it is. At least it takes a village, and she's giving you guys the true answer, and I love it. She's not sugarcoating it. She even told me, just go out there, have fun, enjoy your time. Listen, I
Gotta
love
live a
it.
life. Got to.
So Chef, though, you didn't tell everybody where can they find you, by the way, sir. I didn't let you have your little shine. Let these people know where they can find you real quick.
Of course, right here. I'm on the app every day, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1, Hot Box with Chef Jay. We're about to get ready to start Trap Kitchen Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Soul Food Sundays, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, and you can, of course, find me on Instagram at Chef J Fuego, Jay, Fuego, Fuego, and Facebook, Simple Pleasures. That's the catering company, Simple Pleasures, SYNFUL Pleasures, PLEASURES. So,
Yeah, he gonna start doing like a stream with Jessica to teach me how to cook too. Like I know how to cook, y'all. Don't play, but healthier.
what type
Um,
of food?
so
Everything.
one thing I do like to do, stop playing true. One thing I do like to do, guys, welcome to It Takes a Village with Jess, right? Shout out to my top three gifters. We have Steph, we have Lux, and we have Panic in the building. um I like to do, like, I do daily affirmation, but I like to do like family affirmation, and it says, I practice empathy and compassion for myself and my child. It's just something I like to give you guys too. One more time, it says, I practice empathy and compassion for myself and my child. Just something to look forward to. So I have a question for you guys, and your mother, you probably be like, Jessica, be serious. But I'm still gonna ask you guys, okay? How would you like to be remembered in your child's eyes?
Oh, for me, like I said, I don't really know. I just, for me, it's just whatever positive moment they have is better than a negative. So, my kids are still really young. We have a lot more life to experience. So, um, yeah, it's something that's positive.
So positivity. So for you would be positive. Um, I okay, positivity. Dope, Jay.
Ambitious.
Ambitious. Okay. Um, I would say compassionate. She is looking like a star. It's the red lips for me, Smurfy. When I saw her, my heart skipped a beat. It really did. I said, "Your
This is
mother."
not every day, folks.
And she is.
Not for
I
you,
said,
Jess.
"Ooh." It is. I said, "Ooh." Okay, she is. All right. Is there something that you wish you've experienced that you haven't experienced yet?
um, you know what? I live life on the edge. Like I live life on the edge. It was my birthday weekend last weekend. I took a flight out. I was like, bye bye. Like I live life on the edge. So I feel like I've experienced everything that I've ever wanted to, and I am grateful for the experience of motherhood as well because there is no perfect timing. You just gotta roll with the punches, really, but never lose sight of what you want to do, I guess. So if there is something I want to do, I'm just gonna do it. It just is what it is. And I reap the consequences later, clearly. But you know what? If I was happy in the moment, that's all that matters for me. So that's listen, it's no advice. It's just do what you want
I
and
love
live and do it to the fullest. And put your 110% into everything that you do.
Have you always been like that, your mother?
Absolutely. That's
I
probably why I
wish
don't have a village because they're like, girl, you just do whatever you want to do.
I wish, like, seriously, I wish I was like that. Like, I wish I was a little bit more like that. I wish. I truly, truly. Now that this is my second chance at life, now I'm starting to be like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm starting to just do and just not think about it. I'm starting. So I love that. I love
You're
that
feeling
advice.
like a
Make
kid
me
again.
feel better.
I really should be a spokesperson for Nike because
You
I just do.
listen.
I
I
just
love
do it.
Yeah,
it.
you're
more
feeling like a
more
kid
moms
again.
need to hear that because sometimes we feel like it's bad, to feel that way because we have children, but it's good that you say it. It's good to hear another mom say that that it's okay to do for yourself, and it's good to live in the moment. Like, it's great that I love that you said that because you just motivated me to say it's okay to do for yourself. Right, guys? Like, I love that. Like, so I appreciate that. I needed to hear that.
And
I know
let fathers be fathers. Sorry, I'm gonna be petty, chef, but yeah, you can disappear for 6 years because mama's got it covered. So let dads be dads. Let them take their kids. Let them be fathers. Give them the opportunity to have bonds with their children. Sorry, I'm kind of taking over, but I really admire the fact that you said that you had your kid for 7 years and took care of her and did what you had to do so the mom could let fathers be fathers. We don't need to be superheroes every freaking day. We had kids with somebody for a reason. So use your discretion as a mother and allow fathers to be fathers. We don't need to be bitter. We don't need to be plagued as a single mom. We are parents together and co-parenting and embrace all that. We don't need to live in these toxic cycles. So with that,
thank you,
I'm
your
sharing love.
yeah, I love it. Thank you, your mother. I love it. I love it. She said what she said. Make sure you guys hit her with a fave. Now, now for you, Dope. Is there something that you wish you experienced that you haven't?
I'm experiencing life every day. I walk
I
in affirmation. Like I said, I'm doing it now. Everything that I'm walking through experience. I just learned um, you gotta learn to master L's. So, like I said, even you can't take having kids as a loss. That's like I said, those was my perfect blessings. So, what was meant for my bad, what a lot of people would say was for meant for my bad was for my good, and I'm blessed behind that. So, um, I'm experiencing my life every day. Every day I wake up, I'm blessed. Like I said, coming from where I come from, the way I used to be, things of this nature. Long as I can wake up, eat, sleep, breathe, talk to you guys, things of this nature, I let the rest of the 24 hours do from living the best that I can do. So,
Yeah. Then I have one more question. And my question is, what are your top three happiest moments of your life so far?
top three, of course, you can put that in all of those in the top one. My kids, all of them. Um, number two, uh, happiest moments watching my daughter would be the number two, is watching her go across that stage. And three, and my happiest moments is just making my mom, hearing my mom telling me she proud of me. So yeah, those will
Aw,
be my three happiest moments right there. It's
I
all about my
love
family.
it. I love it so much. See, look at that. Well, is there any advice that you would give to any, or what are some family traditions that you would give to any parents out there that you hold tight to you? Or
You
you have,
asking me as a chef, exactly what I do as a personal, and the reason why I don't go to restaurants and things. I can give you a whole hour on this, but you guys start bringing back Sunday dinners or start bringing back family dinners. At the end of the day, um, not to bring any things into this nature, but I like having my Sunday dinners and stuff, and I can't wait to those days that I have my kids in the kitchen and stuff to tell them all the stories. That's where soul food comes from. Soul food represents the things of the past and also represents the things of the future to come. So that's the reason why you get in those kitchens, those long hours with grandma and aunties and stuff, because you hear the stories of your families. You hear the stories, and it keeps people together. I think that's the one thing that I think personally that is a very thing that's being taken away. Like God in schools is like that's the same thing. When you're tearing away family and separating them, it makes people feel like they don't have a village. So that one thing is bringing that village is make sure y'all have Sunday dinners, please bring
I
it back.
bring it back. I'm huge, like, so people like laugh at me, but I love cooking. Welcome everyone to It Takes a Village with Jess. Bring back, I love cooking. And my favorite thing is cooking with my son, whether it's competitive, I don't know if you've been to one of my shows, and it was making pizza, with my son. So I did a
You was just in my stream the other day making lollipop. Had chicken lollipops
yeah,
with them.
chicken
I love it.
lollipop.
I
Yeah, I was
love
in
it.
your stream
Please
doing.
don't tell that.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But I cook with my son, and it's one of my favorite things to do with my child. But even cooking with him competitively is one of my favorite things. But it's the laughter in the kitchen, it's the dancing in the kitchen. And I don't think people understand what that is. And someone asked me, just what do you want for Christmas? And my grandparents are like, what do you want? And I said, I want a cooking book. I want a cookbook. And they look at me and say, what? It keeps their legacy alive, right? And it's something that I can pass on to my kids and their children. And that's going to be my, actually, since you're in there, right? My second segment and my tip for you guys is there something that you love to cook that your family loves? Is That's my tip, y'all. If you're good at something that your kids love to do, and you have a chef here too, is write that recipe down. Write it for your children. I come from, soul food, Puerto Rican food is the same thing. cooking with your family is something that brings family together. My grandmother never taught me to cook. I learned because of sitting by her and watching her and listening to her story of her upbringing. Like, that's how I know her life story. That's how I know my history of my family, is sitting by her, watching her cook, dancing with her. I know everything about my family from in the kitchen. So he hit it, and that was going to be my second segment, was write down your recipe with your kids. Do that. Try Sunday dinners or Saturday dinners. Do that with your family, and you'll see how amazing that would be. Anything else you would like to add to that, chef? Like, what tips you would add to your family about that?
I mean, you just hit the nail on the coffin. Like you said, I think a lot of people like when we say soul food, it's just like you said, soul food is reference to a African American thing. I think we just put a big staple on it because when it comes to the African American sector, we don't have something for ourselves in that nature. So we kind of put that stamp on soul food. But me as a chef, I think soul food, I tell anybody, if you can tell me your favorite dish that you had from your grandmother, I can tell you probably where you came from. Like you said, those dishes that you're in the kitchen making with your grandmother, you could probably tell me one of the biggest main dishes that you had, and I could probably tell you where your family comes from. Like anybody will tell you, it's based on Louisiana. If you're from the South, you're gonna have something candy yams, fried chicken, or something like that in the nature of it. You go towards the California area, they're more healthy. You go towards the East Coast, macaroni and cheese. Um, yeah, gumbo. You're coming from Louisiana, of course. You know your culture.
Mhm.
So I tell people the soul food is that part of you representing your past. Like I said, when you were in there, that was dope to me. I love it because when imagine he's gonna be a killer, your son's gonna be a killer. So whoever he meets in the future, he's gonna be a beast in the kitchen. But when they have that kid as well, he's gonna be sitting back telling mom, man, I remember making these lollipops, dancing with mom and stuff, the same energy. And that's how you pass tradition. Like that's just one of those main things. If I think a lot of people, it's just simple. Let's just have Sunday dinner. Let's just have dinner together. Make sure you sit down at the table. Make sure you communicate and make sure you know why you're sitting down at that table. Because community is also just like a church. More people come together. You're hearing stories. You're hearing people's testimonies when you're at the table. And then it's not even just that. Think about community. Just think about community. Just have community involvements. If you got best friends or things of that nature, start doing that. That brings, like, I love having some of my best friends of different cultures come over to, and we sit down and we talk. I want to learn about different cultures. It brings out, knowledge is power,
Exactly. It
period.
is
So
definitely powerful. Welcome everyone to It Takes a Village
thank
with
you.
Jess. We had Amazing Your Mother and Dope Chef Jay. Make sure you hit him with a fave. We have here, let's see, we have Steph, we have Lux, we had Panic, we had some great guests come through. We actually are coming to our second segment of the show, which I like to do a little tip on what to do with your family, right? We love that. And if you guys are new here, make sure to hit Dope Chef Jeff Jay, Dope Chef Jay with a fave. Sorry, that's like, I just call him Jay, y'all. That for me is like a tongue twister right now. We are talking about what to do with your family and kids. If y'all know, my co-host is my son for the second segment of the show. And he is sleeping because we had COVID last week. So he's sleeping. He's usually my co-host. You guys already know him. I call him E. He is my co-host, but right now we got Jay here talking about cooking with the family. So if you guys have family, if you guys like to cook, what I would suggest, and Jay too, is you guys write down your recipe. And if you have elderly grandparents too that speak a second language, you guys record them, right? Especially because if they're getting older, um, I like to listen to my grandmother's voice. right? Sometimes when they pass away, we forget what they sound like. Sometimes it's fun to record your grandparents talking in the kitchen. See how I am a visual person. I don't measure. So I don't know about you, Jack. I don't measure. I like to see. That's why I'm not a good baker.
Nah,
I don't like to measure. I like to
same.
va, toma, un poquito de esto, un poquito de esto. If I sneeze, I know it's good.
Facts. In my household,
I
that's
get that
me.
little tingling. I was like, yep, I cook with love. That's right, boo boo.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I like to see how my grandmother, how she holds the dough, how she holds certain things. So that's how I learned to cook. So like I said, if you guys like that for Christmas, maybe it's good you guys ask everyone in your family to write down their favorite recipe or record it and send it to you. I think that would be a dope to do a family cookbook.
That's perfect. I mean, and then just thinking about it, because like me, just on the entrepreneurial side, one of the things that I'm working on is a seasoning. My grandfather, apparently, I never got a chance to meet him. He was known for his fried chicken, and I didn't know this until I met someone, and I actually had an event here in Oklahoma City. And my name was so familiar that this woman, she was from Arkansas, she knew exactly who my grandfather was. So one of the things that like I would do that I think would be a dope gift for people is, like, if you have a seasoning or something, write it down, get
Mm,
it, copyright it, and create a seasoning. Not only that, that's like one of those things, like, you'll never know where that may go. Like, that's one of the things that I'm working on. I'm working on my grandfather. I may have never met him, but I know I have a seasoning that everybody loves with my fried chicken.
yeah.
And since that was something that my grandfather was known for, and I felt like it's being passed to me, he may be talking to me spiritually. I'm going to create a seasoning and I'm going to call it Uncle Jake's Blend. And by the end of the year, I want to be able to sell it for Christmas and have it there. But it's to represent my grandfather, and also for my kids. You'll never know what that stuff. A lot of the stuff, you may have success as you're living, but you'll never know what these things may break through for your children.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of the stuff for my kids above, and for the future. Like I said, I'm like breaking generational curses and trying to build generational wealth. So I think that's like your cookbook. Get one of those things, just one of those things that you could do. Get a lot of those things together, and you guys get together on a holiday or something. Cook some of those dishes, and
Yeah.
have, like, if you have a professional photographer in your family, get them to take that photos,
Yes.
get them and submit it. And everything was done by your family, besides probably the production of that. Give one book to your family, and then you guys can possibly sell it and put those little accounts in your, kids' names and things. And throughout the years, you'll never know. 10 years, you may have sold over 2,000, 3,000
Yeah.
copies that may have gotten you something. So,
Exactly. And that's really, like I said, that's what I want for me, just to keep the food, the legacy, because that's what, when I think of home, that's a home cooked meal. That's what I think of home. And so that's my tip of the day for you guys to, just to keep home and the family, and just to keep you guys together as a family. Sometimes it's good to disconnect from social media and to have Sunday dinners together and just to talk with your family. So that's my tip of the day. So yeah, so Jay, thank you so much for being part of my show. I hope you enjoyed it, and it takes a village. So I know your mother had to leave, so you guys are officially part of my village. These are your hands.
don't think I got on the
You
wall,
are
y'all.
part of my tree. So
Woo!
yes, so you now remember that background that I was telling you about. You are officially part of my tree, my village. So thank you so much. You are amazing, and I'm gonna tell you this all the time. I'm so glad I met you in D'Angelo's show, and Queen Karma brought you to me. Um, I think that this app needs more people like you. You
Thank you.
are amazing. And everyone that's here, make sure you hit them with a fave. Like, you are so amazing. Congrats on your first millie. I can't wait to see how you grow on this app. I'm so proud of you. and keep doing you. And like I said, this app needs more people like you. I'm so proud
And
of
you keep living life. This is just your stepping stone. Like you said, you feel like you need to do that more. Don't critique yourself. Like you're at the perfect place where you're at the right time. People
you.
compare or look, and that's the only way you can look at that and say that is if you have eyes comparing something. If it was just you on this earth, how would you compare or how would you feel where you know where you're at? So understand everything happens for a reason. And you're at the perfect place at the right time. That seed may have been sown for you for that right moment to happen at that moment. So keep living life and don't just live life. Be alive instead of just living. And you got this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, y'all. Make sure you hit Chef with a fave, y'all. I am so blessed today. Thank you so
Hey,
much. Thank you, y'all.